Okay. So now we're going on to day 7. So let's update our tracker and let's update our tracker on screen and on the board. So now we're good. And our encounter is a prickly encounter. Well, this can't be good. It's always a good day when you encounter a Goblin Scout. One that's already rotting in the earth. That is. Oh, sorry. Gosh, I have to say that. Let me start over. It's always a good day when you encounter a Goblin Scout. One that's already rotting in the earth, that is. Same thing with a ferocious direwolf. However, when you stumble upon a goblin corpse in the jaws of a direwolf, which is also dead, that could be a problem. Old bog bile, someone says, shaking her head. And no wonder. There are 3 daggers still stuck in the wolf's neck, and the pelt is still warm. Relieving the scout of his satchel gives us a clue as to why violence happened here, for it reveals a crude map that marks a nearby thorny thicket, a hidden way inside that's no longer so hidden, and the location of a golden chest. Clearly, we are not the first sojourners here. So, choices. 2 choices. Both are combat. First option, it's a treasure map. This isn't even a decision. We do our normal BQ, which is going to be 14 points. So that's going to be 2 5s, 2 4s. And we add a 20-point baddie on top. That's going to give us if we do it, everybody's going to get a trove loot and an ability point. All right, for doing that one. The second choice is set fire to the thicket and attack all that comes out. The BQ is baddie points. We put a 20 point on top of the BQ. At the end of every round, all baddies on the battle mat take 2 true damage from fire. If either way we're victorious, shuffle the special encounter Hunting the Hunters into your encounter deck if it's not already in there. So if we complete this card, now this is sort of, I guess, a good thing. We get 2 progress points, so at least we would have got a little bit extra. We're going to get 2 training points for completing the encounter, and everybody gets a loot for completing the encounter. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm just going to go ahead and make the decision on this one since the other was ridiculously quick. Yeah, this may just be a longer episode. So, I'm going to go with the second option, set fire to the thicket and attack all that comes out, just because we've already lost a day, and as cool as it would be to have another trove loot, the reality is if we lose again, if you've played this game before, you know that ripple effect can hurt. We've got to, it's going to be tough, right, already because we've lost one. But the ripple effect, we're going to have to make sure that we're completing everything else so that we can get as many points and get good loot while we're doing it to make it to the end, because the end is going to be tough. So we make an executive decision and go with the second option. So our BQ is 14 points, so that's going to be 2 5s. Okay, so there's your 2 5s, and then it's 14. 2 times 7 is 14. 2, 3, that's 4. So 4 1 points. We know that we got the compound hardy cobalt tracker. Okay, so there's the BQ as normal, but then it says we add a 20 point baddie on the top. But hey, the end of every round it's going to take damage, so, and that was on both options, the 20 points heading our way either way. So let's go to the battle camp and see what we got. So what do we have? Okay, we have the undead ranged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bone dragon. Okay, he's got hardy and undead, which basically undead means we have to kill him. Whoops, this is a little bit different than last time. It means we got to kill him twice. 3 attack dice, 8 health, 4 initiative. He's ranged, but he targets 2, so he's going to target both of our gear locks every turn. Ouch. But, hey, hopefully the 2 damage will help us every turn too. Second up is Goblin Alarmist. That is a Signal 3. So Signal is each turn he's going to add a 1-point baddie onto the active stack, or to the baddie queue. Add it to the bottom of the baddie queue. So he's going to do that for the first 3 rounds. He's 6 health, 6 initiative, so he's super quick. He is ranged, unfortunately. And he has 1 attack die and 2 defense die. 4, 5, 6. So he's not necessarily does a lot of damage, but he is going to be adding stuff to the stack, which is not good and could potentially prolong the battle, and that could be not good. Next we've got, oh god, Melee Elite Kobold with Hardy and Compound, 5 health, 3 initiative. I'll have to look up before we start whether true damage transcends Hardy or not. 5 health, and that is in lane 3, and he is melee. And he has a 3 initiative, so he's slower-ish. Then, of course, we have our normal baddie, which is Kobold Tracker that we got before. Hardy and Compound, basically the little cousin to the one we just pulled, with 2 hit points. And he is in lane 4. And wouldn't you know, he is ranged and he has an initiative of 6. Alright, so here's our active stack. I'm just going to put that, at the bottom of the meter there. Okay. Unfortunately, so we don't have any orc types, so the skinning knife to this point hasn't done us any good. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's nothing down here, and if we do add any with Signal, doesn't necessarily mean that we won't have some that get added to this. So that's the situation. Let me check about the Hardy and the true damage and see if, because if they take 2 damage each at the end of the round, and let's say that we don't hit the Kobold Tracker with anything, right, or even this guy with anything, are they going to take 1 damage, or are they going to take 2 damage? 2 damage would kill this, so it's going to make a huge difference. I mean, he would just come off the board at the end of the round. So we definitely need to figure out that situation before we go any further. Alright, so let me do a quick check on that, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I did a little bit of research on BGG and I found a couple places where this question had also been asked, and it looks like Hardy does in fact reduce true damage for it. And the ironic thing is, if I had actually looked at the battery skills and encounter terms in the definition of Hardy, it says any turn this unit takes damage to its HP, including true damage, total is reduced to 1. So that is unfortunate. However, we can use that to our advantage, because now I know, for instance, if I use Nugget and hit this at least once, right, that it's going to take 2 damage. And if I use Tantrum over here, then, you know, I'm going to hit him for 1, but I'm really going to hit him for 2, right? And if I can get, like, for instance, poison up here, or maybe even hit him with disable, I don't know, but I'm probably going to want to hit him with disable, to be honest. Then, you know, we'll see. So yeah, that's the situation. Alright, so let's figure out what we want to do. First thing we're going to do is we're going to roll our initiative for our folks. We get a 3 and a 4, which kind of sucks. And a 3, so he goes here. So this is our order. Those right there. So it's going to go Alarmist, then our ranged individual, then Tantrum, then the big boy, then Nugget, then our Hardy Cobalt General. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Number one, this is going to die in a couple turns, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm worried about a combination of the Goblin Alarmist, and I'm worried about a combination of in this Bone Dragon, because that three dice attack is going to be brutal. So my initial thought is, if I start here, right, and I move up, that's 1 dex. If I roll my disable die and I can land it, oh, that's not going to work. Well, if I moved here and attacked him and landed the disable die, he would go to 0 attack. If I could get my Hardy and my poison on, then that would help just in general. So let's put that there. I am going to go with the health again for Nugget. I think Nugget, because the only moving unit at this point is this guy right here. So I think I'm going to put Nugget maybe probably right here, just so that she can get out in case, you know, maybe even rush this, even though it'll have gone. Maybe rush it and do as much damage as she can to it. See, the unfortunate thing is I really need Tantrum to be able to turn off. I mean, he's got Hardy, which sucks, and Undead, which really sucks. Well, no, actually, with Undead he comes back. So let me read you Undead, all right, because this is a really nasty skill too, and he's one of the few. The first time this unit is defeated, place it back on top of the BQ. When it re-enters play, it starts with only 2 HP, and its attack die stat is doubled. So his attack die stat, it's only going to have 2 HP, but he's going to have 6 attack dice. Now, being that it's a 20-point baddie, that means he doesn't go to the bottom of the BQ. He goes to the top, which means he's going to get a 6 dice attack on both of our boys. That is not good. So I think I'm gonna have to have Tantrum move up here first, and then I think I'm gonna have Nugget. I really feel like Nugget's gonna have to go here and try to take this guy out as quickly as possible. I mean, this compound's not gonna be any good, especially over here. But if I can get him taken out quickly, especially getting him, without undead. Oh wait, that's not gonna work because I don't have a choice. He's a 20-point baddie. Oh, geez, that freaking sucks. Okay, well, that's gonna change things. Let me think and see if I can come up with a better way to do this. Alright, so here's my thought. Hopefully this won't go sideways. I can't get rid of his ability. So that's super unfortunate. But I can move Tantrum here and potentially get rid of his ability and maybe even kill him with all the dice that I roll. So, and the reason that I would want to do that is to get the body count up, because I know I'm probably going to be taking some damage pretty quick. And then I know anything that comes out is going to be a 1. So if that can get my rage either to have more bones so that I can get Axe Collector and fill up my axes to 3, that would be great. But if not, I could either do that or execute. Nugget could move here, okay, and attempt, actually, I did not think about this, but actually remember, Nugget has infused incense. This is a single-use card. Lets you roll 2 attack dice, does not count towards dex. So if Nugget could move up, right, and didn't die with the 3 dice attack that the dragon's going to do, then he could probably take this out in one blow. Now, it's still going to be 1-point baddie out on the road that it's going to add to our stack, right? So there's not really a whole lot that I can do about that, but at least it will get it out quick, and at least it'll just be 1 points that are left, right? So hopefully they won't be too damaging. And although, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. The surprise, remember, surprise is after setting initiative, move all opposing units to the bottom of the initiative meter and maintain their order. Well, I'm assuming that surprise is not going to do anything at this point. That's just for the initial setup, because everything is going to normally go to the bottom of the VQ anyway, so that's not going to matter. So, yeah, that's my that's my theory. So let's gosh, I guess let's get this party started. Alright, so purple goes. That's this guy. See signal. And I'm going to put this down him. That's going to be, and I need to get some 6-sided dice and leave them in here. That's going to be his counter. So he can signal 2 more times. So he's going to signal 1-point baddie to the bottom of the VQ. So that's done. Then he's going to attack the weakest in its range. So he's going to attack Nugget with 1 attack die and 2 defense dice. And he is going to get... Okay, well, that's defense, which kind of sucks. Bones does nothing, but most importantly, it does not do damage to Nugget. Alright, then our Hardy Compound over here is going to go, which you can't see for the dice. He's a single dice attack because it's the first round. That's a 1. So he's going to hit Nugget for 1 damage. Alright. Now Tantrum goes. Tantrum's going to move up. Alright. Tantrum is going to attack with Compound. Disable. 1 attack die. And 1 defense die from his reinforced buckler. The reason he's only going to get 3 main dice for his attack is because he used that 1 dex to move. This defense dice is free because of the reinforced buckler. Alright. Come on. And what do we get? Alright, so we did not disable, and I'm not going to waste that as a bone. He did get, 1.2 on his rage. He did get 1 hit, and he got hardy, so we're going to take 1 damage off there. Unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Alright, so that's his go. So then we got a 3 dice attack from the 20-point baddie, and we'll start with Tantrum. Alright, and he's going to attack Tantrum, and he's actually, wow, he's only going to do 1. Which is going to be soaked up by his defense, which means his hardy wasn't used. If I'm doing that right, hopefully I am. Which is awesome. Doesn't get any rage because he didn't take any damage, but at least he didn't take any damage, right? The other 3 dice attack against Nugget. Oh wait, did I just take that off of him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. He shouldn't have lost any. Oh crap. Yeah, he shouldn't have lost any. Oh wait, he did lose 1 from... Oops, that was a 1. He did lose 1. Nope, he targeted the weakest. He targeted the weakest. Yeah, he hasn't lost any. Okay, cool. 3 dice attack against Nugget. And this, golly, that's 4. That's what hurts. Alright. So, what's Nugget gonna do? Nugget's gonna move up 1. That's 3 decks left. Nugget's going to roll Long Blade. Nugget's going to roll 2 defense dice. Nugget's going to contemplate poor life choices. Yeah, I want to use the infused incense, but honestly, I don't think it's going to do a whole lot of good. Because, well, but if I don't roll any bones, then I'm going to get 1 more health, which is not a lot. But 1 more health is 1 more health. Probably going to die next round, though. Of course, probably going to die next round anyway because the blue is going to go before. So, I think, possibly against my better judgment, I'm going to roll this. Not that. I'm going to roll Long Blade and 2 attack dice, and I'm going to use the infused incense card to get 2 more attack dice, hoping that I can basically take out this guy this turn. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 6 damage. So 2 of his armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sorry, 4. So he only has 2 left. So, at least, boom, he's going to be gone. And I did not roll any bones, which means I actually gained a life, which is not going to probably do me a whole lot of good. But it is what it is. Alright, then the yellow goes, and that's going to be a single attack against both of our heroes. First against Tantrum. Oh, actually, no, he's not ranged. So it's going to attack Tantrum. His Hardy's going to kick in, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, but they could have stopped a much bigger attack. Okay, so that is round 1. So at the end of the round, all the baddies take 2 damage. If they have Hardy, they take 1. So there's 1. Then there's boom, boom, there's 2. So this guy's out. Okay. So we'll put this here. He's out. His die comes off the mat. And then our kobold takes 1 and our dragon takes 1 because of Hardy. So, since it's the beginning of the next round, we have to, because we still have baddies in the baddie queue, put 1 out if it's available, and it is, and it's going to be a Goblin Sandbagger, ranged, 2 health, 4 initiative. However, the initiative doesn't really matter because the 2 health, the 4 initiative is irrelevant. He's going to go because he's a 1 point to the bottom of the BQ. And yeah, there you go.